Previously on Back of the Backlog. I'll ask him.
This may be hard to believe, but my family died.
I'm so sorry.
I have no place to live now.
You can stay here for as long as you want, man. I got something that maybe can help you out.
Alright. Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Alright. Bye.
Hey, Kylo, quick. Oh, who was that?
Nobody. It doesn't matter.
Oh, alright. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I was just gonna ask you.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Dude, stop it.
No, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
I don't know why you want to know who I was talking to so bad.
I agree, man. I'm not even asking about that anymore. I don't care.
Are you good? Are you good?
I don't know.
Sounds like you're not.
Dude, I was just gonna ask you if you wanted some food. Me, Niffler, and Finn, we're gonna order some Chinese. I don't know if you wanted some.
Yeah. All right. I'll take the usual.
Alright, thank you. God, that's all I ask. God damn, oh my god. Fucking hell, Jesus.
On back of the backlog, been gone for way too long. On back of the backlog, got so many games to play, dog. On back of the backlog, Donkey Kong expands my dog. On back of the backlog, me and Kylo been fucking since dawn. On back of the backlog. Did you know that Kylo wears thongs? I'm back at the backlog. I really fucking hate this song. Yeah.
What is up, guys? It is Robert at Gaming with Me, and welcome to the 11th episode of Back at the Backlog, the series where we take a look at the games that I recently beat off my backlog. Today's episode is on the game Minecraft. My history with Minecraft is a big one. I've played a ton of Minecraft over the years. You know, I've actually released like 40 videos on this channel alone. I haven't uploaded one in years, but that changes today. I've picked up Minecraft a good amount of times. I've picked up Minecraft on PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii U twice, physically and digitally, and then also on the Nintendo Switch. Why? I don't know. I guess just to play on the platform that I was playing on the most during the time, and because of that, now I happen to own the game 6 times. Minecraft was first released to the public on May 17th, 2009 in a much simpler classic state as it was referred to. It wasn't until November 18th, 2011 that creator Markus Persson felt it was complete as a full release. Cool enough, you could still play how Minecraft first started on the website classic.minecraft.net. Just visiting that website shows how far this game has come. It's now been on every console and mobile device under the sun. It's spawned multiple spin-offs with Minecraft Story Mode, Minecraft Earth, and the upcoming Minecraft Dungeons. It's made a massive cultural impact on YouTube, books, its own upcoming movie, its own convention, and it even spawned a lot of other clones too. I used to play Fortress Craft on the Xbox 360 because there was no Minecraft there during the time until there was. It's the highest selling video game of all time with over 180 million sales across all platforms. That is a mind-boggling number. Nowadays, Minecraft is owned by Microsoft. They bought the studio Mojang for $2.5 billion.
Still not as high as the $4 billion Disney bought for Lucasfilm.
Yeah, and you aren't even starring in any more Star Wars movies.
Why do you gotta bring that up?
I love to get you where it hurts.
I still star in movies.
I'm not in any movie.
Hey, at least we got this show, am I right?
Yeah, I guess.
Console versions are now much closer to the PC or Java version called the Bedrock Edition. All other console versions like the Xbox One Edition, Nintendo Switch Edition, or PS4 Edition all got discontinued. They don't get any more updates because now they are all updated together with the Bedrock Edition. The Java Edition always gets the updates first, then the Bedrock Edition gets it later. I haven't played Minecraft in quite a while, so dropping back in was crazy seeing how much stuff they added. They were constantly adding new biomes, items, mobs, anything. And it's all for free. It's fantastic. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. How the fuck do you beat Minecraft? Well, there actually is a ending to the game. The end area is literally called the end. The final boss is called... I'm gonna say it just to let you know, even though I don't know how you wouldn't... Everyone must have seen this fucking final boss by now. But the name is, just to let you know, is the Ender Dragon. We'll get into that later. The reason I've never truly beaten the game before in my eyes is because I've many times just played on creative mode, a mode in which you only build things. I thought it was about that time I'd play survival mode, start off fresh, and get to the end. So just to let you know, the version I did play was the Nintendo Switch version. Yes, I know the PC version is the best, but you can't easily use a controller on it, and it's not as easy to kind of just take it on the go. So I just said fuck it and played the Switch version. It's fine. Now, as always, I'm going to talk about the story first. There's no story. Kind of. Really, your whole adventure in this world is the story. So in that case, let's start from the beginning. Every Minecraft world is randomly generated, so you never know where you'll first end up. I called my world very creatively Backlog. I know it's not actually creative, but I wanted to know which world was which in terms of just the title, man. It didn't matter to me, okay? The first time you spawn is always a funny feeling. There's nothing in your inventory other than a map. All you see is one big blocked world. Visually, Minecraft is incredible. Some people may scoff at that compliment, but I genuinely mean it. It's a very unique and iconic art style. Same with the music. Minecraft's music is absolutely fantastic and incredibly memorable. Now, starting out, I was on a small island surrounded by water. I wanted to immediately explore, but you really shouldn't on your first day in Minecraft. The reason is, once it hits nighttime, a ton of enemies or mobs come out and want to kill you. So in order to survive the first night, you have to make a quick shelter. Right away, you're introduced to the second half of the game's name, craft. Crafting plays a huge role in this game. Once you start punching trees with your bare hands, you notice you could break it and eventually take the wood. From there, you could go to your crafting menu and create a crafting table. Crafting tables grant you the ability to craft an incredible amount of things that you wouldn't be able to craft without it. This is where a ton of experimentation or research comes into play. As someone who played Minecraft before, I knew what materials I needed to craft the basics. You know, pickaxes, swords, furnaces, the simple shit. Luckily, they have a guide for each item and show what materials you'll need. But because there are so damn many, a lot are hidden until you pick up certain materials. Honestly, the amount of tools and other things you could craft is absolutely astounding. You always remember your first night in Minecraft. I mean, I don't remember my literal first, but I do remember my first in Backlog, yeah.
It sounds like you just have genuinely a shit memory.
Yeah, I remember everything from the second I was born.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's very overboard.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
What is?
That you could remember everything from the second you're born.
Damn, how'd you know that?
What? Nothing. We're moving on. I don't care. I never have enough time to do anything within the first day other than make a bed and craft some tools. So when night came around, I quickly dug into the dirt, placed a door, and called it home for the night. Literally, that was it. No bed, because the island I was on was so small that I found no sheep to get wool from to craft one. Once the morning came, I set out to set up somewhere. It was the beginning of my journey. I don't know how long I'd be here. All I knew is that day I had to find the perfect spot to stay somewhere for a little while. So I ended up just walking straight. And by walking, I meant swimming, because the map was filled to the brim with water. I thought I'd never leave the ocean. However, the ocean showed me plenty of new things I've never seen before, with mobs like dolphins that help you find hidden treasure chests and shipwrecks. Yes, actual ships that are lost deep in the ocean that can be explored and potentially give you some valuable items. There were also newer mobs I haven't seen, such as the drowned, which are essentially underwater zombies. It's fascinating what the ocean has to offer because it's so expansive that I admittedly didn't explore it all. I eventually found land which ended up being the rare mushroom biome, which was fantastic because only mushrooms can spawn there, so it's a completely safe area with giant mushrooms covering the land. I started building a house there, a full-blown house. I was making something decently sized for the amount of materials I had. Unfortunately, I lost it all. No footage was even recorded on that island. No joke, as I went to go look for more materials, I got lost. So lost to the point where I could not find the mushroom biome ever again. Ever! The reason is Minecraft's map size is technically infinite. Well, maybe not literally infinite, but it might as well be because you'll never get to the end of the map. But there's a bunch of cool videos out there talking about the mysteries of the end of the map and people going 30 million blocks deep and the game just fucking up because of how huge the map is. According to Minecraft YouTuber Antivenom, the maximum file size for a full Minecraft map is 97.2 petabytes. Petabytes. Or 97,281 terabytes. I mean, holy shit! Minecraft is crazy. As for abandoning my house, that's Minecraft for you. I didn't have a map on me, so what are you gonna do? I said fuck it and just kept going straight, hoping that there would be more land because all I saw around me was the ocean. Finally, after multiple hours, I found land, and not just some island, but a huge jungle and desert biome. It's a blast exploring a Minecraft world because you literally don't know what you're gonna get. Instead of building some big ass house, I decided to be real with myself and build a small shit house made up of dirt and sand because I knew this wasn't about pimping out my home, it was about survival and tracking down a damn dragon. Once I built my little home and slept to set my spawn point there, I began to feel more confident. I now had a home. I had a bed that I could sleep in, or spawn in if I ended up dying. It may not be much, but damn it, I call it home. The next step in my journey was to find a cave. Luckily, not too far from my hut was the literal perfect cave. Caves could be tiny, like only a few blocks down, nothing too crazy, or it could be like the cave I found, unbelievably massive, essentially a whole other world, underground, hidden away from the sun, tucked away in the depths of the earth. Dozens and dozens of branching paths taking you deeper and deeper. There's a lot that goes on underground, no matter if it's bright outside, down here it's dark, so hostile mobs are everywhere. Every time I went into a cave, I was prepared. I would stock up on food, tools, and torches. It's honestly really daunting seeing a massive cave, because if I got lost and died, then I may never see all my stuff again. This is why I always bring an overabundance of torches, not only to light up the place so no hostile mobs would spawn, but also so I know how the hell to get back. This is where the first part of the name comes in. Mine. Mining is incredibly important in caves. Underground, you'll find a variety of ores such as iron, gold, and the almighty and rare diamonds. That's the goal when underground. Find as many ores as you can. The deeper you go, the more likely you'll run into diamonds. Finding any type of ore is incredibly exciting, but the sight of diamonds are just something else. Because of how rare they could potentially be, I'm always extra nervous coming back to the surface holding 10 diamonds on me, because those 10 could be the last I find for a while. Only way to actually mine diamonds is with an iron pickaxe, so it goes by steps. You'll likely find a bunch of iron before even spotting one diamond. The higher tier tools make an astronomical difference. Wooden tools are so much slower and break much easier than diamond tools. The differences are night and day, and because of it, it feels so satisfying and rewarding finding something like diamonds. Once I found diamonds, the next step of my journey was to reach the Nether. The world of the Nether is a hell-like area filled with lava, giant tentacle mobs called ghast that shoot giant fireballs, tougher and faster skeletons called wither skeletons, and so much more. I love the idea of the Nether, with it being the complete opposite of the normal overworld. You're never truly safe in the Nether. Any little sound behind you is likely something to come and kill you, and it's great because of it. The only way to reach the Nether is by building a portal made from obsidian that you could get from when water and lava touch. Obsidian is a really hard form of block that can only be mined with a diamond pickaxe. The Nether is pretty intense for your first run-in, since you have no clue how it'll look. The main thing I was looking for were blazes that when killed would drop blaze rods. With blaze rods you can craft them for blaze powder, which is important for the journey later on. To reach these blazes though, I had to enter the Nether fortress. It's a huge structure filled with what feels like endless hallways guarded with wither skeletons and eventually blazes. I was pretty damn nervous because it was already a journey to get to the fortress, since I had to make a path to it so I wouldn't get shot at by the ghast. The fortress has a ton of rare rewards and chests if you actually take the time out to explore. That helped me out a lot because there were multiple chests with extra diamonds, which is of course always nice and honestly unexpected. Once I had enough blaze powder, I got the hell out of there as quick as possible. The next step in my journey was to collect a bunch of damn ender pearls. The only way to get ender pearls is by killing the hostile mob Enderman. Enderman is probably my favorite mob in the game. I remember when I was younger, all I would wear was an Enderman skin on my character. They're these tall, dark, handsome. I mean, I think they look cool. They're pretty badass. However, don't look at these sexy sons of bitches in their eyes, because that aggravates them and they'll start teleporting everywhere and run at you fast and kill you within a few hits. Now, unfortunately, the odds of an ender pearl dropping after one dies isn't 100%. This is where something called enchanting comes into play. With something called an enchantment table, you'll be able to upgrade your weapons and armor with special unique upgrades. This didn't happen until later on in my journey because I needed diamonds to craft an enchantment table. There's a lot of different upgrades that I won't go through now, but the variety of the effects are great and just adds a lot more depth to the combat and strategy of what tools to use. For me, my sword gained looting, which not only gave me a higher chance of getting ender pearls more consistently from endermen, but also a chance to drop 2 ender pearls at once, which saved a lot of time, to be honest. Crafting ender pearls and blaze powder together gets you an Eye of Ender. Eye of Enders can be thrown in the air, and if you follow where it leads you, it'll eventually take you to the location of a stronghold. Strongholds are underground structures that hold the end portal. This was essentially the end of my journey. I wasn't sure how far the stronghold will be. so I had to be prepared. I was decked out in the armor I needed, I brought a ton of torches to find my way back, and I just started following the Eye of Enders. The crazy part is, the Eye of Enders stopped at a village, which is actually very welcoming. Villages are town structures that are built with villagers living there. There's food, extra ores, and beds you can take. Are you technically stealing? Yeah, sure, but there's no consequence. In fact, I'm pretty sure they want you to do that.
I love villages, so I can just kill every villager there. It's so hilarious and so nostalgic for me being, Kylo Ren.
You didn't actually kill anyone on any set. They're all actors.
What? You mean Han is still alive?
Huh? Harrison Ford? Yeah, he's alive.
Oh my god. I never knew.
We're gonna have to talk about that later on because that's pretty concerning. Little do these innocent villagers know that there is a goddamn stronghold and portal to the end right underneath them. Just how far was it away from my home? It took me 18 minutes to run straight to this location. 18 minutes! That's a pretty damn far distance. I for sure would have gotten lost without my torches. This was it though. I slept in a villager's house to make sure I respawned there and started digging down. Digging straight down is never recommended because you never know if the next block is of large fall or lava, but as long as you stay in the middle of 2 blocks, you'll be safe. Finally, I found the stronghold, and damn, it was far down. So I made a staircase back up to civilization, or else I'd have to dig straight down again later on. Once all that was done, I finally explored this surprisingly small stronghold. It's always cool to see a stronghold regardless because it's essentially like an ancient structure built by creatures or villagers of the past. There was a library filled with books, probably holding knowledge of how life was created. But my ass walked out because I had to go kill a dragon. It was that moment where I finally found the end portal. I placed my Eye of Enders into each socket and it happened. The portal to the end. The beginning of the end. I walked into the portal, and there I was, standing in the presence of the Ender Dragon. You start off surrounded in a black void, standing on obsidian. It's nerve-wracking the first time standing there, alone, essentially facing death. No way will I kill this beast first try. I built my way to the mainland and made a little staircase to get up on top. Now, many people wear a pumpkin head on their face because the end is littered with endermen, and the only way to look at them in their eyes without them getting aggravated is by wearing a pumpkin head. Downside is it cuts your vision down by a lot. All that is on the mainland are giant towers with end crystals on top that heal the Ender Dragon every so often. It's at this point that the Ender Dragon is constantly flying around, getting close to you every so often to end you. Even with some solid armor, the Ender Dragon absolutely demolishes you with every hit. My health would drain so quickly that I could barely progress on anything I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is take out the end crystals. That's the greatness of this final battle. You could approach it however you want, like everything else in Minecraft. Whatever strategy you could think of, try it out and see if it works. I was complete shit at taking out the Ender Dragon. I kept trying to climb the towers with dirt and would get knocked down and die every single time. It was quite frustrating, but that's because I knew what I was doing wasn't very smart. I started doing a very, very long but careful strategy in taking out the end crystals. I would go inside the tower and go up it block by block, which took a while because it's obsidian. One by one, the end crystals were getting destroyed, as was I, dying over and over again. However, the end crystals don't actually respawn when you die, which is nice. That would just be too brutal, to be honest. Scaling up each tower eventually took too long, so I ended up just using dirt to go up again for a few and managed to get on top quicker. Still fell off multiple times due to the fact that I never see when the Ender Dragon is coming towards me. Once all the end crystals were destroyed, I dug underground this fountain in the middle where I hid until the Ender Dragon came above me. Anytime that would happen, I would rush into the fountain and strike at the beast, slashing away until he had no more pain because he would be dead. Yeah, I will admit, visually this battle looks pretty fucking tame and honestly stupid. However, actually playing it is a lot more fun and intense. I did, however, have a glitch where the Ender Dragon managed to attack through walls, which was absolute bullshit and unfair and frustrated me a lot. Oh no fucking way, that's fucking bullshit. What? That's fucking bullshit. After all that though, I ran back in the portal, picked up my stuff, hid underground, heard the Ender Dragon's loud mouth, jumped out and got on that fountain, and cut the Ender Dragon to pieces with the only sword I had left until I killed it. The Ender Dragon was defeated, disintegrated, blown up into 1,000,000 experience points. All that was left was an egg that I couldn't touch. I looked around, knowing I finally conquered the Ender Dragon. It felt funny. A whole decade of playing in the making. The fountain was now a portal back to home. Now my home was safe. Now I can go back. Well, after a bunch of credits. Defeating the Ender Dragon felt fantastic, even if I didn't truly see his death animation because I kept fucking with the pumpkin mask. But, wow! Achieving victory in this world felt great. The credits, though, don't start right away. First, there's a 10-minute long conversation between two, what seems like gods, talking about the player. It immediately starts off with, "It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts." With the other unknown being saying, "That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game." It goes on to ask, what did this player create behind the screen in reality? With the other saying what it did create, but with some text illegible because the player has not reached the highest level in life, that it won't reach it in a long time in this long dream. These two unknown beings go on to describe the player in incredible detail with a long story on life and dreams and planets and atoms and protons and lines of code in the universe and love. It's very long and very well written and makes you sit and think. There's a ton of speculation on the internet as to what it means. Some say they're telling us to get a life. Well, if you read all that and that's what you got from it, I don't know what to tell you. That just isn't it. It's an endless game. The creators aren't going to want you to just abandon the game forever. It just makes no sense. You could say it's sort of like Tearaway, where it's saying you created great things in Minecraft. Now create great things in your own world. And also that we're not alone and that the universe loves us, so we should also love the universe too. Even that may be too on the nose with what it's trying to say, especially when you bring up the illegible letters. That very likely means something alluding to the meaning of life, which no one will ever know. A great theory is from the YouTuber MatPat, which I'm sure you know of him, where he believes that they're saying real life and Minecraft are both one and the same, and that they are both dreams, and that we've never actually experienced reality before. That we don't need any help from universal forces to be great. There's not many endings to a game that cause this much discussion and theories, which is just absolutely fantastic. Finally, the actual credits roll, and I personally sit through a game's credits because I like to respect the developers, listen to the cool music, and sometimes there's some cool artwork. But in Minecraft, at least now, it's probably the longest credits I've ever seen. It was an hour long. What the fuck? How does that happen? Back in 2011, the credits were 2 minutes long. That's it. What happened? There's no way that many actually worked on this game. I mean, I guess they are now. It's crazy. Probably the bigger reason is because of how slow it goes. I don't know, I thought I'd bring it up. With all that wrapped up, I did a little trick to grab the dragon egg, went back home, and placed it in front of my tiny house like a trophy, showcasing every mob in this world to not fuck with me. Minecraft is a game unlike any other. It is Hall of Fame status. I'll be playing the game for many years to come. Overall, I'm gonna give Minecraft a one of the greatest games of all time, an absolute masterpiece. I have no issues with the game whatsoever. Great atmosphere, great underwater exploration. A certain someone I know would love this game. Out of 10. So yeah, that is the story of Minecraft. My story of Minecraft. Like I said, I think it's one of the greatest games of all time, and finally playing it in a classic survival mode showed me that it's even better than I realized. Have you played Minecraft? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd appreciate it if you guys share this video around. It takes so fucking long, each one, and this one especially. God dang. Next episode is the season finale, so definitely stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. It melts my heart. I'll see you guys next time. Minecraft was a genuine adventure, but it is officially out of the backlog. Alright, well, I brought you two here for a special announcement that I've been waiting to kind of keep a little bit of a secret.
What is it?
Yeah, what's it about?
Well, it's official. Finn will be living in this house. This is his house. This is his home now. Yeah.
Well, Finn, what about your family?
Well, you see,
What? We could just talk about that later, right?
Alright. For sure.
Let's just kind of stick, with what's going on now. He's with us for foreseeable future. And because of that, I actually wanted to give you something. I hope you don't mind.
a gift? Well, what is it?
Yeah, just a little celebration gift. It's nothing too crazy, but maybe it would give you some happy memories of back home. So, I mean, this is what it is. It's nothing too crazy, but...
Wait a minute, there's so many fucking games on this. Which one am I playing?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, how about,